Today we have two of the greatest fighters and two of my personal favorite characters in the Marvel Universe going head to head. Black Panther versus Iron Fist. Who wins? Well, let's find out. T'Challa is the Black Panther, King of Wakanda, one of the most technologically advanced nations on Earth. He is among the top intellects and martial artists of the world, a veteran Avenger, and a member of the Illuminati. Using his powers and abilities, he has pledged his fortune, powers, and life to the service of all mankind. When T'Challa became the Black Panther, he was allowed to eat the heart-shaped herb, which provided him with enhanced strength, endurance, and reflexes. He was also given a blessing from the Panther goddess, which elevated his enhanced strength, endurance, and reflexes to superhuman levels. T'Challa has demonstrated incredible strength, like wrestling a rhino to the ground, being able to stop an elephant's charge, and sending Namor flying with a kick. He's able to withstand crushing blows and punctures, but really his vibranium suit helps him out a lot. T'Challa's reaction time is far greater than most opponents, and his agility and flexibility far surpasses an Olympic athlete. Black Panther is a genius on par with Tony Stark and Reed Richards, and is an excellent hand-to-hand fighter. He has been groomed to be a warrior since birth, and is a master of practically all forms of armed and unarmed combat. T'Challa is seen as one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe, and has stalemated or won against such fighters as Iron Fist, Wolverine, Daredevil, and Captain America. Black Panther is king of a highly advanced civilization, and thus has tons of fancy gadgets. His suit is made out of a vibranium microwave mesh, which robs incoming objects of momentum and is completely bulletproof. He also has anti-metal claws, which breaks metal down on the molecular level, and energy daggers that are powerful enough to slice through various structures and foes. Finally, T'Challa can also call upon the knowledge, strength, and experience from every Black Panther before him. And in the corner of Iron Fist, the latest in a long line of warriors who wielded his power against the wicked, Danny Rand is the immortal Iron Fist. Protector of the mystical city of Kunlun, he channels the soul of a dragon, making his fist like iron, and is one of the greatest martial artists the world has ever known. Iron Fist is trained to be a living weapon, and can harness his spiritual energy, or chi, to augment his physical and mental abilities to superhuman levels. Typically, Danny possesses the peak level strength of a human without being considered superhuman. He's capable of augmenting his strength to unknown levels, and was able to go toe-to-toe with a being who easily defeated Luke Cage. He can move at incredible speeds, and can enhance his speed until he's delivered over 100 punches in just a few seconds. His agility and reflexes are much greater than that of an Olympic athlete, and can dodge gunfire and even catch bullets out of the air. He's also very durable, and has survived point-blank explosions with no real signs of harm. Danny is a master of Kunlun's martial arts, including Kunlun Quan, Shaolin Quan, Judo, Aikido, and Karate. He's one of the greatest fighters ever, battling against Captain America, Wolverine, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and even Colossus. His greatest power, though, is his Iron Fist. With this, he's able to rip through steel and punch his opponents with incredible force. He's been able to knock out Colossus, shatter Scorpion's tail, smash through jets and trains, and he's even brought down the helicarrier before. So who wins? Let's break it down. Now, I am a huge fan of this fight. These are two of the most skilled fighters in the Marvel Universe, are deceptively powerful heroes, and actually two of my personal favorite comics characters. Now, at a base level, Black Panther's got the physical advantage in this fight. I mean, he's strong enough to take down rhinos and elephants and injure Namor, a guy who's strong enough to fight the Hulk. Then his speed and reaction time is far greater than pretty much every opponent that he goes up against, and is at least on par with someone like Captain America. At the end of the day, T'Challa's been advanced to low superhuman levels by the heart-shaped herb and the Panther goddess. And while Iron Fist is physically impressive, Danny is just at peak human levels without being considered superhuman. So it's pretty clear that Black Panther is stronger and faster. Now, these two heroes really are two of the absolute greatest fighters in all of Marvel, And so not only would it be incredible to watch, but it will also be very, very difficult for any hero to gain a definitive advantage over the other. They've both been trained as fighters for the majority of their lives, are masters in the majority of Earth's fighting styles, and actually masters in fighting styles that the other one doesn't know. You see, T'Challa's been trained in Wakandan fighting styles that has been kept secret from the rest of the world, while Danny has been trained in the secret styles of Kunlun. At the end of the day, I've got to say that Iron Fist is the better fighter here in terms of skill and technique, but Black Panther definitely isn't far behind. And T'Challa's greater strength and speed might actually give him the fighting advantage, or at the very least, put him on equal footing with Iron Fist. Now T'Challa does come from the most technologically advanced nation on Earth, and all that technologically advanced tech and weapons will probably be his greatest asset in this fight. He's got energy daggers that are powerful enough to easily slice through forged steel, cut through force fields, and even pierce Ultron's adamantium head. He's also got anti-metal claws that break atoms on the molecular level, and with his suit, he can even turn invisible. However, T'Challa's greatest asset is his vibranium microwave mesh. This armor is taking superpowered attacks from the Hulk, and he's even able to charge kinetic energy that his suit absorbs and releases it as an omnidirectional attack, although T'Challa can't control this attack nearly as well as he does in the movies. However, the armor isn't infallible, and his weapons and gear won't be enough to guarantee him a victory over Danny's chi. And it's because of his chi powers that Iron Fist will win this fight. Let's start from the beginning. Remember when I said that Black Panther is stronger and faster than Danny at a base level? Well, that's true. T'Challa is superior, but only before Danny amps himself using his chi. After amping himself, he easily surpasses Panther. Like, Iron Fist can be strong enough to go toe-to-toe with a being who easily defeated Luke Cage, be fast enough to deliver hundreds of punches in just a few seconds, and is durable enough to withstand a train explosion and have an 18-wheeler thrown at his head and just brush it off. This chi amping is going to help Iron Fist in this fight for several reasons. Obviously, he's going to be able to land more blows than T'Challa, land more powerful punches than T'Challa, withstand T'Challa's attacks. But he can also simply dodge or deflect pretty much all of T'Challa's attacks, whether he throws a punch or throws an energy dagger. Now you might be saying, well, that's great, but what can Iron Fist do against Panther's vibranium armor? I mean, if that armor really has taken attacks from the Hulk, then what can Danny do against that? Well, 2 points of that. First, let's talk about Danny's Iron Fist. With the punch, he's completely stopped an oncoming subway train, defeated a massive dragon, and has even compared the aftermath of a punch to a hydrogen bomb. He's injured Hulk with a punch, killed a fire god with one strike, and has famously brought down the helicarrier with a punch. The second point is what I mentioned earlier. Black Panther's vibranium armor isn't infallible. Yes, it's taken attacks from people as strong as the Hulk, and that is insanely impressive. I don't want to take anything away from that. However, we also have to look at the fact that while going up against street-level characters like someone like Killmonger, Panther seems to take damage just like everyone else, and has even been knocked out while he's wearing the suit. You gotta take the highest and the lowest, the good and the bad, and understand that the middle ground is probably going to be where T'Challa's armor is. In fact, Black Panther and Iron Fist actually fought before, and while T'Challa's armor stood up to several Iron Fist, he actually had a brain aneurysm from this fight and almost died. However, there is a bit of nuance to this fight, and more to it than meets the eye. Before the fight began, the villain Chiang Tang had actually snuck up on Danny and planted post-hypnotic suggestions to make him evil, and also amplified his powers at the same time. So during the fight, Danny is able to use his chi powers for the entire fight, and was able to strike Panther multiple times with the attack and not grow tired. You see, at the time, Iron Fist didn't have the ability to use his chi in that manner for that amount of time like he did against T'Challa. However, this fight was actually a long time ago, and since then, Iron Fist has become exceptionally more powerful, even compared to the amplified power level he had in this fight with Black Panther. He's absorbed Orson Randall's chi and studied the Book of the Iron Fist, and both of those things helped to grow his power. Then we also have to assume that in their previous fight, Chiang Tang's hypnotism was clouding Danny's judgment and thinking, and he'll be clear-headed in this fight. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the chi. Iron Fist can amp himself to be exponentially faster, stronger, and more durable than Black Panther, and launch a devastating attack that's more powerful than anything T'Challa has in his corner. I'm definitely going to have to back Iron Fist in this fight. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos just like this one every single day, and I'll see y'all next time.